Without further ado, I'd like to ask Renuka Malakar to now join us on stage as moderator of this next session. Renuka, a lot of people here know Renuka, apart from the fact, of course, that she is the better half of Group Captain Prabal Malakar here. She is also the honorary treasurer of MSSI, the body at national level, and she has been taking the lead for advocacy for many years and continues to do so, and she'll be moderating the session here today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for a patient listening to all our journey of 40 years. Just before we start, I want to make an announcement. We were expecting some of our government officials from the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, as well as the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, but as you know, government duties take priority in functions like this, but they have had to attend other programs, which is a government mandate. But we are absolutely certain that we have their support and their cooperation in all the matters. Just before I start, I think everybody has heard a lot about MSSI. May I request everyone to just sit up straight if you can, take a deep breath, put your tailbone at the back of your chair. I know it is a little bit tiring, and I do have some inputs, and I hope the panelists won't mind. We have got some inputs from the crowd that they need a comfort break because incontinence is one of a big problem in MS. So if any of you want to take a comfort break and visit the restroom, please do so from the back gate and silently, and there'll be our volunteers at the back to help you. So please don't hesitate. हम अपना सेशन चालू रखेंगे, आप अपना comfort break लेके वापस आ सकते हैं. So let's just go straight into the session. This panel discussion is pretty, it's a little jargonistic. आप लोगों ने अपने प्रोग्राम में देखा होगा कि ये सेशन का नाम हमने रखा है नेशनल पॉलिसी इंटरवेंशन. सबसे पहले ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि ये जार्गन लगता है, लेकिन व्हाट इज़ नेशनल पॉलिसी इंटरवेंशन और MSSI का इसमें क्या योगदान है. Basically, national policy intervention is a deliberate action or a measure taken by a government at the national level to address specific problems to achieve particular goals. ये जो आप देख रहे हैं, navigating MS landscape gaps and opportunities, ये पूरा जो कॉन्फ्रेंस है इसी को दर्शाता है कि हमारे गैप्स क्या हैं, हमारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ क्या हैं. आज के पैनल में आपके पैनलिस्ट्स को ऑलरेडी इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया गया है. हम उनसे अलग टाइप के सवाल पूछेंगे, कुछ इंश्योरेंस के बारे में, कुछ बैरियर्स इन एक्सेसिंग गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स के बारे में. MS पर्सनस हैं यहाँ पे जो प्रॉब्लम फेस करते हैं, और हम अपने प्रॉब्लम्स या अपने चैलेंजेस को गवर्नमेंट या अप्रोप्रिएट अथॉरिटी तक कैसे पहुँचाएं ताकि हमारी ज़िंदगी अच्छी हो, बेहतर हो. दूसरा ये है कि आज हम सुनेंगे कि अगर हम घर में बैठ के कंप्लेन करेंगे, मीनू जी ने कहा कि खुशी आती है लेकिन हम भूल जाते हैं हमारी बीमारी की वजह से, छोटी छोटी जो ब्लेसिंग्स है उसको हम भूल जाते हैं. तो हम सुनेंगे कि जो MS पर्सनस हैं उनके प्रॉब्लम्स आज हम इन तक पहुंचाएंगे, पैनलिस्ट तक पहुंचाएंगे, ताकि हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स इनके टेबल तक जाए और कोई पॉलिसी रिफॉर्म हो या कोई अमेंडमेंट्स हो. ये लंबा रास्ता है पर हम सुनेंगे. So let me just, how I've structured this panel discussion, ladies and gentlemen on the panel, is that I will have a few questions. We have one person who has not yet joined, that's Dr. Kameshwar Prasad, but nevertheless I'll go with the panelists. I'll keep it like a conversation so that we can, weave the narrative, and then we will have a quick round of question answers from the house. So let me just go straight to Mr. Praveen Ambastha. सबसे पहले तो बहुत लोगों को ये पता नहीं होता है कि आपकी रोल क्या है. चीफ कमिश्नर, डिप्टी चीफ कमिश्नर ऑफ डिसेबिलिटीज़, सब यही सोचते हैं. आधे से ज़्यादा लोग तो नहीं जानते हैं, और जो जानते हैं उनको ये पता नहीं है कि आप पॉलिसी नहीं बनाते हैं, आप पॉलिसी की इम्प्लीमेंटेशन या मॉनिटरिंग को मॉनिटरिंग करते हैं, पर वो तभी हो सकता है जब हमारे लिए जो पॉलिसीज़ बने हैं उसका उल्लंघन या उसका वायलेशन अगर हो तो हम कहाँ जाए. तो आई थिंक यू आर द राइट पर्सन. नंबर वन इज़, could you please answer, or could you throw some light on what exactly is the role of your office? What are the barriers that you are facing when it comes to hearing from persons with MS or any other disability? So if you could just give us a little bit of a highlight on that.
Thank you very much, Renuka ji. So how should I start? I was not expecting that my name will be called the first, but anyway, thank you. First of all, sorry, Binu ji, because I entered in the midst when your beautiful poetry was on, and very, very interesting lines. Thank you very much. And about the Chief Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, if I have to speak, I would say that this office has been in existence since 1999. By virtue of the erstwhile act, which is the Persons with Disabilities Equal Opportunities Protection of Rights and Full Participation Act, section 58. And then later on, of course, the RPWD Act came with some more powers, some more functionalities, more mandate also. Earlier we had just 4 mandates, now we have 10 specific mandates mentioned in section 75 of the Act. One of the mandate is to see that, to monitor that the provisions of the RPWD Act are implemented across not only government establishments but also in private establishment in so far as accessibility is concerned and equal opportunity policy is concerned. And also for creating awareness, that also is one of the mandate that we have. So before going forward, I would just like to do some reality check, and will rather be honest and tell you that despite being in this field since 2006, my own exposure about MS has been very, very little. The first time I happened to interact with a person having MS and understand the issue was in International Purple Fest last year in January, and that person is sitting right here on the dais, Ms. Anjali Vyas. In fact, in the last 1.5 years, whenever I have had any doubt about the issue, she has been the go-to person for me for any clarification. Thank you very much, Anjali, for always being there. Whatever time of the day or the week I called you, you have always been responding. So I'm not ashamed to say that I have very little idea about MS. The purpose for which I came here was to try and learn from you. I saw the panelists. I saw so many doctors being present. I thought it will be definitely some enriching experience for me, which I can take back and improve my functioning. That was the idea. The first person was Anjali. The next person who got us done some games was Ayushmita and Aarti Batra. These are the 3 A's who have been instrumental in my understanding of the subject. I want to be the plus of the triple A plus. So I want to be the plus of the triple A. Thank you. And about the issue of how visibility of the grievances are very important. We were discussing, I and Renuji, a little while ago today itself, and I said that maybe the disability is invisible, but the grievance is required to be visible. If you don't come up, if you don't throw your grievances, it will be very difficult for us to understand. Disability is such a huge lot of, such a depth, and, vertically and horizontally, it is so much of the issues involved in this that it may take a lifetime to understand each and every problem being faced by all persons with disabilities across the 21 categories. A person having both arms affected may be of 3 types. One who has both arms amputated, another person who has both arms with a muscular weakness, third person who has a both arm which is underdeveloped. And all 3 categories will have 3 different types of requirements, the needs, and therefore the reasonable accommodation. So unless you start throwing your problems to the authorities who have been mandated to serve for your needs, it will be difficult to create the awareness. And in that respect, I really appreciate Renuka ma'am coming up broaching this topic of coming out of your room and letting us know about your issues. So far, from the MS sector, I have received, if my memory serves me, there are 2 complaints we have received from Group Captain Prabal Malakar, both for aviation sectors, if I am not wrong, sir. One is Indigo, one is Alliance Air, both about, one is absolute nonsense, where, you can say that you have only one ladder and it can only take load of one person, so therefore it is not good for a person using wheelchair. That is absolute violation of the Act, the CAR guidelines and everything. And both the cases, sir, will be coming up very soon for the hearing, I think in the month of June or latest by July. Another case, Anjali has filed recently, again on harassment at the airport. Grateful to you for letting us know about the issues. Because I have been given this opportunity, I also want to talk to you about the provisions as well as the gap in the Act. Section 34, which talks about employment. Employment is the, I think, single most instrument of empowering people. And Section 34, which talks about government employment, it has given the list of disabilities in A, B, C, D, and E. Unfortunately, multiple sclerosis is not covered there. In the schedule of disability also, it has been written as disability means, and then they have written mental illness A and B, and there multiple sclerosis is there. So you get UDID card, you get benchmark disability certificate, but that is not good enough for you to get reservation in government service. However, I would like to also point out to you that there is a notification from the central government of 4th of January 2021. It is due for revision, but current notification is 4th January 2021. It has got a list of around 3,700 jobs which are suitable for different kinds of disabilities. And people go and see the list, that in the table. But before the table, there are 9 recommendations, gist of recommendation. The recommendation number 3 says that if somebody with the same disability is working on a particular post, by virtue of that person having served on a particular post, makes that job suitable for all other person having the same disabilities. So that is something we can make good use of. If you can, if this MSSAI takes lead and gives us a list of all government officers with MSSAI, multiple sclerosis, then we can try and ask the ministry to include MS in the list of jobs suitable. Even now, by virtue of that recommendation number 3, it is included, but we can bring it in black and white as jobs suitable. That is one thing we can do. The second thing we can do is, Section 21 talks about equal opportunity policy. It takes into its realm all establishment, including private establishment. Even if government is not prepared to provide reservation in employment. And mind you, I am only talking about reservation in employment, not employment. In employment, no one is stopping you unless the job requirement requires some activities with a person having MS will not be able to do. That is the view of the board of the medical board. So there is no bar in taking up government employment, only reservation. Right now it is not available. But in private establishment, we can also get it done by way of using Section 21, where the Act talks about policy or the rule making at 3 levels. On certain aspect, the rule has to be made by the central government, like Chapter 8 and Section 21. So equal opportunity policy is to be prepared in the manner as prescribed by the central government. There is another type of activities for which the rules will be prescribed by the state government, like registration of institutions or disability certificate. So, I'm sorry, not disability certificate, registration of institution, the rule will have to be framed by the state government. And there are some sections where it is said that appropriate government will make the rule. Mind you, Section 21, which talks about equal opportunity policy, it says that the rules will be framed by the central government. Central government has framed its rule in 2017, and Rule 8 of the central government rules provide for equal opportunity, what all should be required in an equal opportunity policy. Why we cannot request the central government to amend that rule and provide for equal opportunity for persons who are having MS? Because the need of MS is very different. As I now understand a little bit, that the triggers are different, the manifestations, symptoms are different, so therefore a different kind of reasonable accommodation will be required for an MS person. It will take a lot of interaction and understanding for any employer to understand how flexible timing will be able to help persons having MS. So if we can get it included, there will be a presence of MS in the equal opportunity policy, and by virtue of that we'll be able to get more jobs. The last point on the policy that I would like to say, we have discussed about 12th March 2024, the new guidelines which have taken into account the assessment guidelines for MS, however, very sketchy, if I can use that, very sketchy. It covers just 10 to 15% of the lot, and which also is manifest if you see the total number of MS in the country is around 1,45,000, 1,46,000, if I am not wrong. You can correct me for my inaccuracy. And the total number of certificates issued as on date, I checked it today itself, is 12,707, which is less than 10%. It is somewhere between 8 and 9% of the total lot, which is very, very less as compared to the total number of persons with disabilities on the record of the government, that is 2.68 crore, and the total number of UDID issued, that is 1.20 crore. That is almost 45%. So when the national average is 45% for UDID, for MS it gets reduced to around 9%, 8 to 9%, which is something which tells us that there is a huge gap which we need to bridge. And in that, the 12th March 2024 can become handy because it has for the first time allowed private neurologists, private practitioners also can be on the medical board. This is something we need to tap. One doctor, the chairperson of the medical board, necessarily needs to be a government doctor. The assessment necessarily needs to be done in the government premises, not outside in a private clinic or a hospital. But the specialist can be hired either on day-to-day basis or case-to-case basis. That provision has been made in 12th March 2024. So we can try and make use of that. The state commissioners, as Mr. Chitnis was telling us, that the MSSI interacts with the state commissioners. If we can use that, and I'm very much willing to extend whatever I can do in this direction, coordinating with the state commissioners, where we can have camps only for this purpose. And then we can have specialized doctors for preparing the UDID for the persons with MS. So that's about it. I mean, I'm sorry because I cannot give you hopes where I will not be able to deliver, because my job predominantly is not to make policy. But in some things, I am being asked for to be, member of a committee. Like for example, we were talking about national policy. The national policy 2006 is now under revision, and I am fortunate that the government has put me on that committee. So whatever I learn from here, I promise you that will be reflected, and at least in my submission that will definitely be there before the chairperson of the committee and in the deliberations of the committee. So please come out, please discuss your issues, file your complaints. Our portal ccpdcode.gov.in is 24/7 running. Okay, and we try to address issues as early as possible. We have our limitations, but whenever we find any issue which requires urgent attention, we do that. Recently, we have broken our record created in April. We finished one case where the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad, was not giving admit card to a child for appearing in the mains examination of their undergraduate admission test. The complaint came to us on 12th of April. It was Saturday. Without any address, without any phone or email ID, I tried to contact the person, got the address from the UDID website of the child, spoke to the local police station in Ranchi, shared my number with the police, SHO of the station, got the father of the child, one colonel from Indian Army, to talk to me. He spoke to me in the night, but he said, I'm not interested to file the complaint before CCPD because I'm not sure how effective that would be. I said, that's completely your choice, but if you feel exploring this option, please file the complaint on our portal, and I also extended him the number of my IT consultant. At 11 o'clock in the night, I spoke to my person and said, even if you get a call in the early morning, please attend. And I also shared the number of the Gujarat Commissioner without even asking the Gujarat Commissioner whether he'll be able to help him in the High Court matter that he was going to file. Nonetheless, the person next day filed a complaint around 11 o'clock, and Sunday I saw that by 2:30 we were able to issue the notice. On 13th, on 21st we called the reply, 22nd hearing was conducted, 23rd the compliance was made, 24th we issued the final order disposing the matter. This was all within 12 days. That record we just recently broke in a CUET matter. Some of you might have heard the name of Pallavi Adhikari. By now, I mean, so far that we have heard, she is the person having scored 94% marks in the CBSE 12th examination, a blind person, without any help of a scribe, all by herself, appearing on a computer. And even as we were celebrating, the ministry was issuing, banners with the photo of Pallavi Adhikari. Lo and behold, we get to hear from her that in her first examination on 16th of May, in CUET paper, first paper happened to be English, second paper happened to be political science. She was given a scribe who was a girl, studied in Hindi medium school. She was not able to read English at all. First of all, she was denied an accessible examination system. Second, she was denied a scribe of her own choice, and the scribe which was given to her could not read English, and therefore you can understand how the English paper would have gone. And then political science, she could somehow hazard guess and somehow appear. So 17th she spoke to me, her representative spoke to me. 18th we issued the notice. 20th we heard the matter. 21st we issued the order. 22nd she got a scribe of her own choice. 3 papers on 22nd, and the NTA has committed to us that they will have a retest for the first 2 papers also, which we are yet to see whether that will happen or not. But what I'm trying to say is this: one share that I normally use, and I'm sure I'm going to bore my dear friend Arman because he may be hearing it second or a third time. This is from Allama Iqbal, but I haven't found a better expression for what I want to say, and for that reason I am using this. Allama Iqbal साहब कहते हैं कि ये माना कि तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हैं हम, ये माना कि तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हम, तो मेरा इंतज़ार देख, तो मेरा शौक़ देख. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think this has been very informative. अब हमें पता चल गया है कि हमारी कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो कहाँ जाना है, देख लीजिए इनका चेहरा. But basically the whole thing is to address the gap and bring it to the notice of the appropriate authority. Thank you so much, Mr. Ambastha, for bringing the clarity. I will actually, a panelist has just joined us, Mr. Som Mittal. He's the founder of the Patient for Patient Safety Foundation. I know, sir, you have to leave a little early. So let me just... All right, thank you so much. So while we heard Mr. Ambastha talking about the mechanism of how to bring the voice, I would like to move to, I picked up one thing which he said is about, this whole thing is about being aware of your rights and being aware of what, जो आपका हक है उसके बारे में जानकारी या जागरूकता होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. So with this question I'll go to Mr. Amin. Mr. Amin, the thing is, persons with MS do not have insurance coverage today. They have challenges. They are getting rejected by insurance companies, even though there's the IRDA guidelines for persons with disability. There's a huge gap between policy and what's happening on the ground. We cannot wait for 5 years to get our insurance. If you could, since you come from a segment which is looking at innovative solutions and bringing financial risk cover while insurance companies are finding customized insurance policies, say for MS, could you please enlighten this audience of what do you see is the ecosystem that needs to be built? What would you suggest, and how would organizations like us, as well as some of the doctors and government agencies, how can we feed into your say, a framework or a plan of action?
Yeah, thank you. Namaste and good afternoon. Thank you for having me, MSSI members, stakeholders, participants, and other invitees. I think this is a great forum to discuss exactly the gaps and the opportunities. So, I'm from an organization called I Can Heal. We are setting up an ecosystem and an app for oncology and critical care patients. So this becomes critical care. I would like to give 4 messages on the insurance side. One on financial ecosystem, and then finally end with what we think we want to do. And then we all have to come together and see how we can do it to fix the gap. So raise your hand if you are somewhat familiar but don't know about critical care or insurance coverage. So I know how many people are interested in this. Okay, good. So MS, and for that matter, about 30-40 diseases listed are called critical diseases. If you and buy insurance policies, तभी हमें नहीं पता होता है कि ये हमें जिस दिन होगी तभी इसका इंश्योरेंस होगा कि नहीं. हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस इक्वल्स हेल्थ खराब हुई तो इंश्योर होना चाहिए, नहीं होता है. So normal cover is when you're hospitalized, you have your kidney stone issue, maybe a maternal delivery, fracture, etc., etc., etc. Lo and behold, जब भी MS होता है तभी पता चलता है कि ये तो क्रिटिकल केयर के अंडर आता है, क्रिटिकल इलनेस डिफाइंड है, ये इंश्योर्ड नहीं है. So critical illness is what we need to be insured for. First of all, for many of these rare diseases or high-end diseases. Critical illness cover is available in 4 ways. 4 तरह से मिलते हैं और उसके 2 प्रकार होते हैं. 2 प्रकार पहले बताता हूँ. Indemnity based and fixed sum based. Indemnity मतलब आपका मान लो 10 लाख का कवर है क्रिटिकल केयर का. अगर वो इंडेमनिटी टाइप का कवर है, दैट मीन्स दे विल ओनली पे फॉर व्हाट यू नीड एट दैट टाइम, भले 10 लाख का कवर है. क्लियर? सम बेस्ड मीन्स दे विल डिफाइन कि अगर MS हुआ, डायग्नोस हो गया, तो 10 लाख के कवर में से 10 लाख आपको तुरंत मिल जाए, या 10 लाख के कवर में से 5 लाख तुरंत मिल जाएगा. दैट इज फिक्स सम, नो मैटर वेयर यू यूज इट. फिर आप दान कीजिए, ट्रीटमेंट के लिए यूज कीजिए, किसी के लिए भी कीजिए. सो व्हेन परचेजिंग समथिंग, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम कौन सा प्रकार का कवर खरीद रहे हैं. अब मैं आता हूं कि क्या 4 तरीकों से आप क्रिटिकल केयर कवर खरीद सकते हैं. पहला है कि आपकी हेल्थ पॉलिसी है 2 लाख, 5 लाख, 3 लाख, 1 लाख की, वही पॉलिसी में आप क्रिटिकल केयर कवरेज भी लीजिए, क्रिटिकल इलनेस का कवर भी लीजिए. इससे आपका प्रीमियम बढ़ेगा पर वो आपको कवर करेगा. दूसरा है कि एक राइडर आता है कि आपकी बेस पॉलिसी में नहीं है, लेकिन अगर क्रिटिकल इलनेस हुई तो वो आपके ऊपर एक राइडर के हिसाब से आपको एक फिक्स्ड सम, या मैंने जो इंडेमनिटी बोला उस हिसाब से आपको एक लमसम या पेमेंट करेगा. अब ये राइडर हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस भी खरीद के ऊपर आता है आपकी बेस पॉलिसी के ऊपर, या इन सम केसेस लाइफ इंश्योरेंस टर्म प्लान के ऊपर भी एक राइडर आता है. तो ध्यान रखिए, अगर आपके परिवार में या किसी फ्रेंड को या किसी को ये होता है तो बोलिए लाइफ इंश्योरेंस है तो भी चेक कीजिए, क्योंकि शायद वहाँ पे राइडर हो आपके लिए. कहीं कहीं क्रेडिट कार्ड्स में भी फाइन प्रिंट में कवर होता है, स्पेशली इंटरनेशनल क्रेडिट कार्ड्स. सो ये राइडर बेस्ड है. थर्ड है टॉपअप बेस्ड, कि आपके पास ना क्रिटिकल केयर पॉलिसी में है ना कवर है सेकंड, पर आपके पास एक टॉपअप है और वो कवर करेगा अगर बेस पॉलिसी में है या अदरवाइज. ठीक है, तो ये 4 तरीके से आपके पास आते हैं. फिक्स दैट फाइनल वन दैट इज कमिंग इन नाउ यू विल सी इज सीनियर सिटीजन्स के पास से FD लेने के लिए बैंक बोलती है FD कराओ तो हम आपको एक कवरेज देंगे, इंश्योरेंस कवरेज. Well, that has its pitfalls. Bottom line is it is not as lucrative as it sounds. Cost is all built in. और आपको कवर तभी तक है या 1 बरस तक है जब तक आपकी FD है उनके साथ, और वो भी राइडर बेस्ड, फिक्स्ड सम बेस्ड होते हैं. तो you should not just go for it because it is better to invest your FD in some other place where you can get 0.5% more. It will pay for the cover that they give you. तो ये हो गया इंश्योरेंस सिस्टम. अब मैं आता हूँ कि कहाँ पे जब हम ये डिजीज़ आती है तो कवर नहीं होता है. पहली बात तो अगर हुआ तो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन आएगा कि ये तो प्री एग्जिस्टिंग था जी, क्योंकि आपको नहीं पता था पर था. आप तो 1 बरस पहले से हमारे साथ हो, लेकिन ये स्कैन देखकर लग रहा है कि ये तो 3 साल से मैनिफेस्टेड है. आपको तो लास्ट वीक ही पता चला. एंड हु इज देयर टू फाइट विथ अस? नोबडी, बिकॉज हु विल टेल यू एंड प्रूव दैट ये प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नहीं है. सो दैट इज द फर्स्ट पिटफॉल. सेकेंड, अगर क्रिटिकल केयर कवर भी है तो वो कवर विल हैव सम लिमिटेशन. सम कवर्स किक इन आफ्टर 30 to 90 days ऑफ योर ज्वाइनिंग द इंश्योरेंस. वो क्यों करते हैं? क्योंकि उनको नहीं चाहिए कि किसी के पास ये इश्यू आए और वो पॉलिसी खरीद ले और फिर बोले कवर कीजिए. बट व्हाट हैपेंस इफ देयर इज अ जेन्युइन केस विच इज विद इन 90 days दैट इज डिस्कवर्ड, they then have to wait for 30, 60, 90 days. to start getting treatment, and that is a problem, right? ना डॉक्टर कम्युनिटी ना हम रुकना चाहते हैं. थर्ड एंड मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट, दे हैव डेफिनेशंस. मैंने मैडम को डेफिनेशन मेल किया था. मल्टीपल स्क्लेरोसिस, वी विल कंसिडर इट मल्टीपल स्क्लेरोसिस इफ शोन बाय MRI स्कैन एज कंफर्म्ड एविडेंस ऑफ मल्टीपल स्क्लेरोसिस. ये कवर के 60 पेज पॉलिसी के अंदर कहीं 31 पेज पे लिखा होगा. कौन पढ़ता है ये सब जब हम पॉलिसी खरीदते हैं? मैंने पढ़ा था पर भूल जाते हैं हम लोग, पता नहीं चलता, कोरिलेट नहीं कर पाते. सो ये लिखा होगा. सेकेंड, ओनली नॉट जस्ट द स्कैन. इन दिस पॉलिसीज केस इट सेड इफ we will only cover it after 6 months of neurological or motor dysfunctioning or disability. भाई 6 महीने कौन रुकेगा to show कि my brain is not functioning the same way or my limbs are not functioning the same way? And what is IRDAI doing? What is the government doing? Why are such things being put in there? That is the question we must raise. कि भाई health means health, health नहीं है तो insurance होना चाहिए, no questions asked, evidence है कि ये हुआ है, आपको treat होनी चाहिए. थर्ड, ये सब भी आपने पार कर लिया, आपकी अच्छी पॉलिसी थी, चलो चालू हो गई ट्रीटमेंट. बट देन इन हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन वर्सेस आउट ऑफ हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन प्रोडक्ट्स. अब MS में, कैंसर में इनोवेशन होते रहते हैं. क्या होता है? नाउ यू डोंट हैव टू बी हॉस्पिटलाइज्ड एंड टेकिंग दिस ट्रीटमेंट, यू कैन गेट ओरल मेडिसिन टू बी टेकन. बट दैट वी डोंट कवर बिकॉज वी ओनली कवर डे केयर एट द मोस्ट. OPD बना देते हैं इसको. OPD नहीं है भाई, ये एडवांस्ड है. इनफैक्ट आपका पैसा बच रहा है बिकॉज हॉस्पिटल में नहीं है, बट महंगी मेडिसिन है. So this is another thing that is excluded. So ये सारे exclusions and riders, basically the fine print, डूबा डूबा रहता हूँ fine print में, right? We have no idea, and that's where we lose out. So we need to look at this. Now we've gone through the journey of insurance कैसे खरीदते हैं, कब kick in होता है. Now I want to talk to you and express the question that is asked: what is the gap, and what can we do? First, we have somebody who has MS. We want to treat. मोस्ट पीपल से मेरे पास क्या कवर है, फिर पता चलता है कवर यूज़ होता है नहीं होता है, पैसे जुगाड़ करते हैं, सेविंग्स होता है, फ्रेंड्स फैमिली होते हैं, वी स्टार्ट ट्रीटिंग. Many people overlook the fact that there is now a very good ecosystem that offers financial solutions in the hospital with the hospital. So medical loans ही सही, या pay now, get now, treated, pay later, or with pharmaceutical companies such as we do, my organization does, we have 0% EMI based programs where their products by interest subvented by them are available, just like you walk into a Tata Croma and say ये AC 20,000 का खरीद लो या फिर 10 किस्तों में दे दो 2,000 में. Same thing, you have a innovative product, आप ले रहे हैं उनकी कंपनी का, 0% EMI, pay over time, right? So there may be some options available. Medical loan से हमें हिचकिचाना नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि it sounds like a bad thing. But even if I have to bear a little bit interest, many times it at least eases our cash flow. Not all leverage or loan is bad. मैं कुछ गिरवी नहीं रख रहा हूँ, it's an unsecured loan and hopefully it will give me ability to pay over time rather than 3 लाख 4 लाख 5 लाख एक साथ 1-2 महीनों में जुगाड़ कर लो. So please look into it, and what I would say in the opportunity is both for the 0% EMI loans for products, pharmaceutical products, as well as medical loans which are with hospital or unsecured, we should appeal to the government to say subvent these. इनका जो cost of capital है, या government एक some corpus create करे, या NGOs या CSR के sections में ability प्रदान करे जहाँ से हम ये corpus जिसको देना है, एक Infosys को देना है, HCL Tech को देना है, Reliance को देना है, corpus डालिए. ये corpus companies such as us or other financial companies can rotate that capital. So आपका capital आपने आज एज CSR किसी को दे दिया, वो illness के लिए यूज हो गया, capital तो गया, भले वो व्यक्ति ठीक हो गया. In this example what I am saying is ये capital reuse होगा to give as a loan to those that need it, but that can be paid over time at 0% interest or at minimal interest, 3%, 2%, 5%. It is better than the market rates. That capital comes back, can treat another person, comes back, can treat another person. Okay? So that's one thing I would like to say that we need to do. Second, get rid of the fine print. Fine print nahi chahiye hame. I think the IRDAI, the government should set up a body where insurers, patients, patient groups, citizens and government can come together and say, what does it take to take everything that the country's people need as far as hospitalization or illnesses to be in the base policy? क्यों इतना सारा fine print? पहले तो नहीं था, ये तो बाद में आया. नाउ 5 लाख का कवर है तो आप 5 का 5 लाख एमएस में मत दो, लेकिन उसका 20%, 30%, 50% तो यूज करने दो क्रिटिकल केयर के लिए। एटलीस्ट मैंने केसेस देखे हैं 10 बरस किसी ने प्रीमियम्स भरे हुए हैं और ब्लड प्रेशर हाई था, उस दिन एडमिट हुए, डायग्नोस्टिक बोल के कवर नहीं किया, 45,000 के रुपीज़ के लिए फाइट कर रहे हैं। हु विल दे गो टू? कौन ऑम्बड्समैन हेल्प करने आएगा? कौन कंज्यूमर कोर्ट कितना टाइम लगेगा? कौन इंश्योरेंस की नहीं सुनेगा और अपनी सुनेगा? सो there needs to be a way in which we have to get rid of the fine print in the first place. And second, the ombudsman, the nodal agencies and the consumer courts, we need to set up a different system legally for insurance matters that give it some teeth, that give it some muscle. कि भाई यहाँ अगर सामने से क्लेम रिजेक्ट होता है, वो क्लेम अगर आप डिसएग्री करते हो ऑब्जेक्टिवली, वो फोरम में जाए, 30 डेज की लिमिट हो, वो फोरम उसको मेडिकली देखे, पॉलिसी देखे, बोले ये ठीक था कि नहीं था, ठीक है तो इंश्योरर ठीक था, नहीं मिलेगा आपको, नहीं था तो इंश्योरर ठीक नहीं था, आपको मिल जाना चाहिए आपका पैसा। वाई पीपल आर वेटिंग एंड वाई डज द इंश्योरर बी हैव द माइट एंड वाई डज द डॉक्टर कम्युनिटी हैव टू स्टेप इन बिटवीन एवरी टाइम टू जस्टिफाई, राइट? सो दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट आई वुड recommend that we do. And finally, I think the government can go far beyond. I think the government can think about top-up mechanisms. See, 2047, we are trying to move to a universal healthcare country. What does that mean? Everybody will be reimbursed for healthcare. So, दो चीज़ें हमें ज़रूरी करनी पड़ेगी. एक, like Obama did, we should make healthcare mandatory one way or the other. Maybe other than the very economically downtrodden sections of the country, we should make mandatory insurance, right? आज गाड़ी लेते हो तो इंश्योरेंस है तो मिलता है पर्चा और चलाते हो, क्यों पैसा उधर डालते हो? Now here, if we make insurance mandatory, there will be premiums that will have to be paid, but then the government can come in and subsidize some part of the premium. तो अगर आप इकोनॉमिकली 1-2-3 लाख के परिवार हो तो आपके 20,000 के प्रीमियम में से 5,000 या 7,000 सब्सिडी है। अगर आप रिच हो तो 40,000 के प्रीमियम में 2,000 या 3,000 सब्सिडी है। बट इन दीज टॉप अप्स, one, we will drive the insurance penetration. Second, critical care covers can be subsidized so that critical care covers don't become covers but become part of the solution. And then third, I think the government should set up these apex bodies like I talked and enable some of these financial solutions to exist so that health can be provided. So this is something I wanted to get the messages out of the way because I was the one with the limitation to go back by around 310 at the most 350.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Amin, because this is important. You have brought out some very easy, that's your timer, your easy but doable solutions, but it's also about the will. It's also about having representation of patient voices and policymakers. That's where, but this cannot end here. This is only the beginning. We need to make a joint action plan. We need to submit it to the government. We need to have organizations like MSSI and NCPDP form a part of the task force so that we can have inclusions of MS as well as other disabilities in the insurance coverage, and also the 2047 milestone of having universal health care. I'm sure there are lots of recommendations which we can bring to the table coming from the voice of a person with MS. अभी थोड़ा रुख बदलते हैं, काफ़ी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल गया है हमें, अब किस तरह से इसको हम अपने रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में लाएं, तो उसके लिए आई विल गो टू मिस्टर सोम मित्तल हु इज़ द फाउंडर ऑफ द सेफ्टी फॉर पेशेंट सेफ्टी फाउंडेशन। एंड मैंने इसलिए रुख बदला है कि इन्फॉर्मेशन तो बहुत है, साइबर में इंफॉर्मेशन है, फिजिकल स्पेस में इंफॉर्मेशन है, हॉस्पिटल्स में इंफॉर्मेशन है, पर हाउ डू द पेशेंट्स and the caregivers really get to the bottom of understanding their rights and not be, because they are a vulnerable segment, मरता क्या ना करता, उसको अगर हम कोई भी कुछ बोलेगा तो they will do it. So what is your perspective? What do you recommend? How do we get our patients and caregivers to become a little bit more aware through the safety?
Thank you for this opportunity, and I'm sorry, I'm probably the odd person out, but I have been very closely associated with NCPDP. I was there for 15 years, 10 years as chairman of NCPDP. And sir, to your point, अगर हम मान लें कि प्रॉब्लम है तो उसका सोल्यूशन है। इस समय आई एम कन्विंस कि डिसेबिलिटी की प्रॉब्लम को माना ही नहीं गया है, एंड आई थिंक वी आर नॉट डिस्कसिंग डिसेबिलिटी, वी लुकिंग एट सॉल्यूशंस। जब एक्ट पास हुआ था उससे पहले सिर्फ 8 डिसेबिलिटी थी, तब 2.5% ऑफ अ पॉपुलेशन, जो आपने 2.5 करोड़ बोला, वो था। उसके बाद 21 डिसेबिलिटी एक्सेप्ट हो गई जो कि MS भी है, उसके बाद भी वो नंबर वहीं की वहीं रहा। So I think we are underplaying the issue, and if we underplay the issue, we will not be able to solve the issue. And I'm sure all of us have the right heart there for the disabled, and I'm sure we will do all the right thing. But I think it needs more attention and deserves more attention than we are giving it, right? So I do hope we fought for the 2016, we celebrated the act, but I'm sorry to say very little of that has been. I worked with Javed and we changed the perspective from activism to advocacy, right? But I hope that advocacy works, right? And that's, sorry, this is not my topic, but I thought I must share this.
Thank you.
So, you know, you are a really good example that, look, while the government will help us, how can we help ourselves? And I think amazing work that all of you are doing by supporting those who need help, putting us all together and working it out. What do we do and why do we do it? And how are we doing it? So everyone in this room, I'm sorry, is a patient or a caregiver or a would-be patient. And mind you, errors are happening every single day. The data of WHO world over is that 1 in 10 people hospitalized get medical harm. पहले मुझे MS था, उसके ऊपर मुझे error भी हो रही है. So the issue becomes worse. 4 out of 10, mind you, it's startling. 4 out of 10 people in OPD have medical harm. And this includes US and includes India. The similar number. Why do these harms happen? Nobody is wanting to harm you, but they happen, right? There are errors in diagnosis, there are errors in medication, there are errors in dispensation. हम लोग हंस के बोल देते हैं कि भाई डॉक्टर की हैंडराइटिंग तो सिर्फ फार्मासिस्ट पढ़ता है, वो भी नहीं पढ़ता है, वो गलत पढ़ता है. एक एक शब्द, एक एक अल्फाबेट पे 10-10 दवाइयाँ हैं, right? Nurses can't make out a difference between a 5, 10, 20 ml injection because the color of and the look and feel of the injection is the same and she's in a hurry. So the question is, there are so many errors that are happening. The hospitals are doing their work, they're trying to, this is not that they're ignoring, this is one of the top priorities for them to work on, but they are happening. The question then when we analyzed, we found, हम क्या कर रहे हैं? हम तो बोलते हैं कि डॉक्टर भगवान है, which I think is right, because उनके पास गए, but सब भगवान पे छोड़ देंगे क्या? हमने क्या करा? Are we prepared when we visit a doctor? Do we write down our symptoms? हिंदुस्तान के अंदर हम लोग इतने मरीज हैं और it's not such a great thing to call ourselves the disease capital. अब numbers पढ़िए कि इतने diabetic हैं, इतने heart patient हैं, उनमें से कितने MS में चले जाएंगे. तो आप लोग जब MS की बात कर रहे हैं, I think it's a much larger issue where same person who's going, besides tackling the MS issue that we're all talking about, is he getting further harmed, right? Falls are happening at the hospital, falls are happening at home, and how do we want to take care of this? So when we started this, 2 साल पहले शुरू किया था, we didn't know where to go. लेकिन जितना हम गए more and more deep, we found we have to take charge. It's our life, one life of us, our family. And what we are basically doing, we have mapped every single point in a patient's journey and said, are you ignoring those symptoms? When I go to meet a doctor, और मुझे heart problem है, by the way, हुई थी, and डॉक्टर ने बोला ये हार्ट की नहीं है, आपके पेट की है, तो मैं तो खुश हो गया. निकली हार्ट की बात में. तो क्या मैं डॉक्टर को बोल सकता हूँ कि डॉक्टर आप जरा मेरा ECG करा दीजिए? मेरे वाइफ को स्ट्रोक हुआ, किसको पता है इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस ग्रुप में कि स्ट्रोक पे क्या करना चाहिए? उस दिन ढूंढेंगे क्या हॉस्पिटल? उस दिन हम ढूंढेंगे कि अरे अब पास वाले हॉस्पिटल में चलते हैं, लेकिन वहाँ MRI और CT स्कैन नहीं है. पता लगा कि केस और बिगड़ गया. So I think the reason I'm speaking here in this group is that you please focus on MS, right? You have subject matter expertise, and I think you're supporting. But I think this whole conference that you're doing is about collaboration,
Yes.
right? And I think what we are doing is none of us can alone fight this journey, and we need to work on this.
Yeah.
So we, in fact, I just finished this work. This is a toolkit. किसके लिए है? We have mapped every single touch point in a hospital, from booking appointment till, OPD में बाहर निकल के आए, till getting, if you get hospitalized, till you get discharged, then you go for home care. What can we as patients do, and what can a nurse or a doctor do? Now, they don't have time. Our expectation from a doctor or a nurse to spend time with us is very little, right? उनके पास टाइम कहाँ है? 5-7 मिनट में एक डॉक्टर देखता है और उसके बीच में हमको सिम्टम्स बताने हैं, सब कुछ बताना है उनको, और उनको रिपोर्ट दिखानी है, हम लोग तैयार होकर नहीं जाते हैं. So what we have done is we have actually created, and we would like to work with MSSI here. We have made posters. You don't have to do anything. So now our work is actually being handed over by nurses and doctors to a patient saying, how can you prevent falls at home? ये बोलना कि यार तुम घर जा रहे हो, देखो गिरना मत, फिसल मत जाना. अरे मैं अभी पूछ रहा हूँ इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अपने हम लोग हैं, हमारे कितने घरों में बाथरूम के अंदर ग्रैब बार है, मार्बल का फ्लोर है, टाइल्स बहुत अच्छी हैं, सुंदर है सब, लेकिन ग्रैब बार नहीं है. तो हम क्या जब डिसेबल हो जाएंगे या हो जाएंगे तभी लगाएंगे. So what we are doing, and I'm sharing it with all of you, we are all got one life. We have responsibility to ourselves, our family. So my offer here is, I think we should address the issue of disability. It's a very large issue, right? And there are, but if you further get hit by the errors, it's a double whammy, right? So also the pressure points on the caregiver is huge. We should never ignore the caregiver. I know all of आप लोग बहुत काम करते हैं caregiver के लिए, but caregiver के लिए भी how to be supporting them, etc. I think is something which is very important. There's just tons of stuff that we can talk about, but
Yes.
Congratulations on this, and we offer our partnership to you. This is all pro bono. हम लोग डॉक्टर नहीं हैं, but everything we say is verified by doctors. Just to give you a number, in 2 years' time, we have now 1,100 hospitals working with us, 40,000 doctors or healthcare providers, and we are reaching out to about 13 lakh individual households.
Wonderful.
पहुंच तो गए हैं, हमारा भी सवाल उनसे यह है कि पढ़ भी रहे हो? So अभी वहाँ पर भी पहुँच जाएंगे. Journey is long, but with your help and all of us working together. So please keep safe. Please do not leave it to chance that you are not the one कि उसको होगा मेरे को नहीं होगा, किसी को भी कभी हो सकता है. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mittal. That toolkit on hospitals is something we'll definitely want to look at, and collaboration is the way to go. Let's now get to, actually we were talking about patients and safety. I would like to bring now to center stage all the persons with MS, and also Arman Ali, who has been working in NCPDP. He's the executive director. Arman, if you can just tell what you think about all this collaborative affair. You have a disability network group that works. What are your thoughts on how do we bring an ecosystem which is more collaborative, not work in silos, at the same time put our points but take the collective movement and make it large?
Thank you, Renuka. I think collaboration is the way forward, and if you know of NCP, DP and MSSI has a long-standing relationship. We go a long time, and we work very closely during the drafting of the 2016 Act. The NCP, DP is National Disability Network, which has its presence across the country, and it is a cross-disability network. And we also collaborate with other groups like the elderly, the war veterans and so on, and so that there is a larger number, and the voice of one organization doesn't kind of break the barriers. It requires all of us to come together, and it helps us generate the right kind of data, reports, taking forward not just one kind of disability, but across and intersectionality of issues when you have a disability, like blood disorders, minus MSSI. There are other groups which who have invisible disability, which one doesn't think about when we look at disability intervention, in particularly with health. So I think we have a great ally in the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities, I think. Also, the Office of the Chief Commissioner for Persons with Disability is an ally, and they are part of the team, not adversaries. And so the fight and the struggle is with the Ministry of Health, for example, for the Ministry of Finance. And if we all need to come together, Mr. Praveen Ambasta is here, very approachable. Whenever you call him, he's there to, hear you out. It's always ready to work for a solution. For people, the groups like us, the challenge is to break into other ministries, like if you look at finance, which is in charge of insurance, if you look at Ayushman Bharat, if you look at the Ministry of Home for census, interestingly, Mr. Ambasta talked about 1 lakh people with MS in India, and only 12,000 people have UDID. I would say the number would be 4 times or 5 times what is the thing. Our discourse is very urban-centric. We only meet Bombay, Delhi, and Calcutta, and Chennai, and we forget that 70% of the rural, people with disability reside in rural India, and we have not been able to reach out. The problem of diagnosis, I think, which is something very, very, very serious with patients with MS. Awareness about MS is so acutely low that one doesn't know till you kind of hit bottom, like Mr. Mittal was saying. Also, I would like to ask one question. How many of you have read the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act? How many of you know what are your rights? I just see one hand. So 1, 2, or 3, okay. So I think nobody's going to come and give it on your platter. It is in the nature of things that rights must be fought for. You may not get a reservation if you get a UDID, but the UDID protects you from discrimination. The law is very clear. Any person with disability cannot be discriminated based on his or her disability. So, getting this UDID card is that much more important and critical. And all of us who consider ourselves as a person with disability must try and get an UDID. Yes, okay.
Wait, we'll take the question. We are already running half an hour late, and we have another panel. But Sarabjit, you can interact with them during tea. I know that we have Anjali and Praveen, Prabal and Sandeep. We are the hosts, so if you don't mind, because I'm going to cut short this session, we have doctors here, and we need to call Bipasha to welcome Dr. Debashish, and also the next section. But I would like to just, since you all are in the center stage, if you allow me, I'll just speak on your behalf so that we stay within the time, and all the people can talk to them later. Anjali has been instrumental in bringing sensitization for symptoms of invisible symptoms of MS in the general practitioners forum. The GPs is our first gate of entry when we get diagnosed. She has been quite instrumental in bringing this awareness. She started with the GPs, then Indian Medical Association, and you can find all her information on her LinkedIn as well as on our website. That's Anjali. Thank you for doing this for people with MS and for the others. This is the first time today, after many years, that I heard जो complaint Group Captain Malakar ने भेजा था, वो किसके पास गया है? वो प्रवीण अम्बस्ता के पास गया है. ये पहली बार मैंने सुना. मैंने जब मेरे हस्बैंड को कहा कि आपकी कंप्लेंट जहाँ पे गई है वो आज आएंगे, so he was like, अच्छा. So this is a great, thank you so much Prabal for raising this rights of persons with disability in the aviation sector. आज के डेट में अगर एक्सीडेंट हो जाए या क्रैश लैंडिंग हो, you must know that as a person with disability, the airlines is supposed to carry an emergency evacuation briefing for non-ambulatory and restricted mobility. ये उनका आप लोगों का हक है. This matter has been already tabled with Mr. Ambasta, and he said there's going to be a hearing, so thank you very much. Sandeep Chitnis, who's our National Secretary currently, and my, I handed over the baton to him. He's doing a wonderful job. आपने सुना कि वो 40 साल में MSSI क्या कर रही है. But thank you very much, panelists. I'm sorry to cut short this. There are questions, but I will have to take a stop here. I have been given serious...
I want to reiterate one point. If I could have time. I'm sorry to interrupt here, but what I want to insist is that we people with disabilities, or any citizen for that matter, the government has laid down a number of rules and schemes it is our duty on the ground level to approach government through various channels, various avenues like the Commission of Disability, the Sugimba Bharat app, to tell them that this is the state at the ground level, and they respond. They take time, but they do respond. I have had an experience not only the aviation, but also on accessible environment in places like as much as Pondicherry. It took me 3 years to resolve through the government. So it is incumbent on us as citizens, whether you are disabled or not, to raise this level through the forum and to the government. Thank you.
Thank you so much, panelists. Extremely honored to have you all. Thank you so much for your time. One group photograph. And Bipasha, after this, may I invite you back on stage?